Okay, here are a couple of sites that I'm about to show you guys that I check into before I even go down to the dam. They help me out as far as deciding as to whether to even go or not. And one of the important ones is the National Weather Service Advanced Hydrologic Prediction Service. And as you can see, it is a site that the National Weather Service runs, and all of the locks along the Ohio and other waterways in the country are listed. And for myself, I have the Greenup Dam, or the Lloyd Greenup Lock, and it's 2:13 now p.m. and they last gave their prediction at 1:30. The water level currently at 1:30 was 28.24 feet, and it's holding steady right now. They had dropped it the last day. Yesterday they let it come down about 2 feet, and they may drop it again. This here side of it is their prediction line based on the weather forecasted. Now this may or may not happen this way depending on what the Army Corps determines the river level needs to be. But this is a nice little guide to help us figure it out. And I like to also look at the 3 dams upriver to kind of see what they're doing, because I know usually whatever is happening at the Bird or Gallipolis lock is going to be coming this way. If any significant change, rise or fall, either way happens, I can gauge it, and usually within 12 to 18 hours of whatever changes at the Bird usually happens at Greenup. Not always, but it gives me an idea. And then I go to the 2 next up, which is Racine and Belleville, and by using all of this information I can determine what's going on that day and what may happen in the next day or two. And it kind of just gives me a guide as to whether I want to plan a fishing trip or not. The other one that I like that the Army Corps does is this one here, and the 2 subheaders that I like on this page is one, 7 o'clock in the morning, the River Bulletin. They always show every lock and dam and most of the air and water temperatures. And I like to know that information when I'm going down there too. And here's Greenup right here, and it's got the information as of 7 o'clock this morning. And this information will not change until tomorrow morning, but it gives me a guide. It tells me what the temperature was down there air-wise and what they listed as the water temperature. Sometimes this graph, when the water is changing drastically up or down, sometimes this graph will not change because the conditions change so quickly that they just stop updating it for a period of time until things kind of settle down. But when things are, on a normal or controlled condition, this is another great guide to go by. Everything from when the Allegheny and the Monongahela, once they enter and become the Ohio, every dam is listed until they get down to the Mississippi. That's another good guide that I use. And then this one here, the 3rd one, this one is updated every hour or every couple of hours, okay? So this is today's date, the 28th, the same dams, but it's got the current conditions within a few hours. So I can come to this one and I can see that there's 3 turbines running at 21.5 CFS, cubic feet per second. That helps me to determine what kind of current that's going to be down there in the area I'm going to be fishing. Okay, the last time it was updated was 11 a.m., but it's still close enough that it's going to help me out. This figure right here is the number of feet of gate that's up. Okay, so I know that there at 11 there was 59 feet of gate up plus 21 CFS from the turbines, and that kind of, in my mind, I can kind of get a picture of what it might look like down there. Okay, it's not exact. I'm not a scientist. I don't know everything about this, but from where I fish there now, I fish long enough to where I can look at these numbers and get a decent idea of what it might look like down there. Now you get down there and they may be removing debris from the upper side of the locks, and there's debris in your area. You can't determine that from these guides, but like I said, it's just a useful tool for me. So I will be leaving links at the bottom in the description of this upload, and hopefully you guys can use this. And it's not hard to figure out, and you can customize especially this one to how you want it to look to help you better. You may not want 3 or 4 different dams listed, but that's just for me. You may only want the green up locks, okay? Just make it however you want to do it. Okay, it's adjustable, in other words. One other thing I just wanted to mention really quickly is I belong to a fishing forum called Ohio Game Fishing. Okay, and there's a lot of nice information on here that you can get into, and it's broken up. As far as the fishing, it's broken up into Central Ohio, Northwest, Northeast, Southwest, Southeast, Lake Erie. Ohio River has its own section, and then there's out-of-state fishing. Then there's the lounge, good conversations there. There's a place where they sell and buy. As a member, you can go on there and sell and purchase items from other members and get some great deals. Then there's the hot deal section, and that's when somebody comes along, walks into a store or gets online and finds some item at an incredible price, and they'll post it here. And I've gotten some good deals that way on my fishing stuff. And then there's tips and tricks and tackle talk, and even people that make their own lures. I mean, it's a great forum, and it's also got a hunting section and everything, but I don't hunt, I'm just a fisherman. But this is a nice, useful tool that I use, and it's helped me a lot. And when you first go to an area you're not familiar with, to get some information is a great thing. So like the Ohio River fishing reports, as an idea, here is I don't know all the areas, I won't know them all, but like Meldal, I know Meldal's the next dam below us. Okay, you got guys that are planning trips different places, first time maybe fishing a river, and they may need some help. There that is. Okay, then we have our own thread at the Greenup Dam, and the local guys here, we'll have a trip. If it's a really good trip, we may talk about it. If it's a really bad trip, we may talk about it. Sometimes I like to get on here and just post the shad are in. Anybody looking for shad, you can find them now. Same for skipjacks. Skipjacks are not here. They are here. Blah blah this and that. Pike Island. And I believe there's another one that's on here a lot, but I'm not finding it right now. But you'll find a lot of the information along the Ohio River and these dams and everything. And then for hunters, for people that, taxidermists, people that make their own lures, there's all kinds of different things that you can get into and find out information. So this is just another useful tool that I like to skim through every now and see how people are doing in other parts of the river and stuff. So these are some things online that I look at that kind of help me out, and I just wanted to share them with you. And like I said, I will leave links to the National Weather Service one and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineer one, and I'll also leave a link to the Ohio Game Fishing. And I just, I hope this helps you guys out, and I'll be talking to you later, and I just hope this helps you out some. Thank you.